Chancellor Jeremy Hunt's recent pronouncements prioritizing economic growth over climate action have sent ripples of unease through the Labour Party and environmental advocacy groups. His increasingly assertive rhetoric, emphasizing economic expansion as paramount, has sparked concerns about the government's commitment to tackling climate change, particularly amongst those who view the two as inherently intertwined and equally crucial. The Chancellor's focus on bolstering the UK's sluggish economic performance and raising living standards has led to a perceived shift in emphasis, potentially overshadowing the urgency of climate mitigation efforts. Hunt's upcoming speech on Wednesday is anticipated to detail a sweeping overhaul of planning regulations designed to expedite construction and infrastructure projects. This acceleration of development, coupled with his support for airport expansions specifically, a third runway at Heathrow, has ignited considerable apprehension. Critics argue that such expansion directly contradicts the UK's legally binding carbon reduction targets, potentially jeopardizing the nation's commitment to its net-zero ambitions. The expansion's projected carbon footprint clashes with the government's stated climate goals, raising concerns about potential legal ramifications and the overall integrity of the UK's climate strategy. The tension between economic growth and environmental protection was further highlighted at a parliamentary Labour Party meeting on Thursday. Addressing her colleagues, Chancellor Hunt sought to alleviate concerns, asserting that there are no easy routes out when it comes to stimulating economic growth. She emphasized the necessity for decisive action, urging the government to adopt a more proactive approach, embracing changes capable of generating nationwide prosperity. Her message underscored the need for a bold, transformative strategy, rejecting incrementalism in favor of a more ambitious, transformative approach to economic development. The challenge, however, lies in balancing this ambition with the equally pressing need for sustainable, environmentally conscious policies. This apparent prioritization of economic growth over climate concerns has inevitably drawn criticism. The delicate balancing act between these two critical priorities has proved challenging for the government, with accusations of neglecting the urgent need for climate action in favor of short-term economic gains. The rhetoric surrounding economic growth, while intended to reassure voters and investors, has inadvertently exacerbated concerns among environmental campaigners and certain factions within the Labour Party, fueling existing anxieties about the government's dedication to its climate commitments. The response from Climate Change Secretary Ed Miliband, who faced down rumors of resignation following the Heathrow expansion announcement, served to further highlight the internal divisions within the government on this critical issue. Miliband, in a statement to the House of Lords, insisted that the government sees no contradiction between pursuing net-zero emissions targets and achieving robust economic growth. His assertion, while intended to clarify the government's position, did little to quell the anxieties of those who remain unconvinced by the government's ability to reconcile these seemingly conflicting objectives. The challenge remains to demonstrate how these twin pillars of policy can coexist and contribute to a sustainable and prosperous future for the UK. The lack of clear, detailed strategies outlining how net-zero targets will be achieved alongside ambitious economic growth plans has only intensified the concerns surrounding the government's long-term vision and commitment to climate action. The coming months will be crucial in determining whether the government can effectively navigate this complex issue and deliver on both its economic and environmental promises. The efficacy of its plans will be subject to intense scrutiny, and the long-term consequences of its decisions will profoundly shape the UK's future trajectory.